Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I wanted to shoot some videos about falling in love. They will be a little bit different from the normal readings that you've seen online over the years about like love readings or twin flame soulmate readings. These readings will be for people who are just falling in love. You're both available, the coast is clear, and you are interested in taking the relationship to the next level. But you're wondering, basically, like, I don't know, you're just wondering about the person, you're wondering about where they are in their life, you're wondering about the viability. I'm not sure if that's valid. Like, I don't know if you should be wondering about those things, but let's say you are. And in general, this, I think, is for people who are in a great mood. They feel very positive about their love life, but they're just wondering about the prospects of the person and where they are in their life. Or they might be wondering about some potential challenges that might be looming underneath things. They kind of intuitively feel some challenges that they might be wondering about. So we're going to go ahead and take it from there. And we're going to go elemental sign by elemental sign and see what we can find out. Okay, thanks a lot. You guys enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. This is a reading for those of you who are falling in love. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns who are falling in love, or for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus that you're falling in love with. So you're a person falling in love with a Sagittarius, or you're a Sagittarius falling in love. We're looking specifically at the energy of falling in love when you have a chemical reaction in your brain and you have those serotonin levels that are controlling you. You feel like you can't eat, you feel like you can't sleep, you feel happy, you feel like you can do anything. You feel like you're like invincible. You really feel like it's giving you more power. We're looking at that energy for Sagittarius, elemental sign. We're going to look at the overall process, what's happening. We're going to look at the 3-month and 6-month and then 12-month. Then we're going to get a final read of what's happening for those of you who are engaged with Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus that you're falling in love with. Or if you're the Sagittarius who's falling in love. So the overall energy for Sagittarius who are falling in love right now. We just had this fly out, and I swear, guys, it floated in the air. And I'm not sure if it's because we're by water, but I'm in the car, and this actually floated. It's the King of Cups. So I feel like there can be some Sagittarius who are falling in love with a water sign. We're here with all this water. I don't want to let that drive the reading. But in any case, with the King of Cups, this looks like true love. This looks like real love. I'm looking for a real love. So this could also be a Sagittarius who's like, I want real love in my life, and I'm going to get it. This could also be love coming back in general for Sagittarius, especially for Sagittarius who haven't been in love in a while. I feel like love is shining down or coming upon the Sagittarius. So overall, for those of you who are engaged with Sagittarius, it looks like the real deal. What else do we have? That's the overall energy for Sagittarius. So at the 3-month point, I feel like this also could be for someone who is really in love. They are feeling love, what they feel like for the first time in their life. It feels very real. So what else do we have? At the 3-month point for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, falling in love. What do we have? We have the 3 of Swords. What a contradiction. So we have the King of Cups. We have the 3 of Swords at the 3-month point. I think I have to pull another one because I feel like someone's pulling back. I feel some disappointment. I feel some outside interference with that 3 of Swords. It could be that they have limited contact with the person. Doesn't necessarily mean a problem. I want to pull more. But I feel like the contact is limited. Like they go from having a lot of contact to a lot of interaction. And then they're missing the person terribly. So that could be that the person has to travel or the person becomes busy. It could also be that the person isn't accessible in the same way, and they're missing the person. But let's pull another one at the 3-month point to see what's happening here. 3 months out from now, guys. 3 months. Short term, 3 months. we have the Nine of Pentacles. This could be pass or fail. This can also be a test phase. This could be the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus feeling like they've met someone very interesting, but then they back off and they go back out there. They start looking again, or they re-engage the process of trying to date. Again, pass or fail, testing, dating, something like this. Let's see what else is happening around the 6-month point for Sagittarius who are falling in love. Let's look at if they were falling in love, what's happening at the 6-month point. Falling in love with Sagittarius, or Sagittarius falling in love at the 6-month point. What's happening? This is confusing. What's happening for Sagittarius at the 6-month point? Now we have the Four of Cups. 6-month point, Sagittarius. And now we have the Seven of Swords. So I feel like I got to give it to you straight, guys. I feel like for those of you who are falling in love or in love with somebody who you haven't been able to fully engage, could be online relationship, they can be at a distance. I feel like when you finally meet them or come into contact with them, you do have some challenges, or you have to reconcile what you felt against with reality. Like maybe, especially if it was online dating, it's like when you meet the person, there might be some disappointment in how they actually are in reality as you get to know them. Yeah, and maybe you're deciding that you want to go back out with the Nine of Coins, with the Seven of Swords, and also with the Four of Cups, that you might say, okay, this isn't exactly what I wanted. This isn't exactly what I want, or the person isn't what I expected. So let's see, at the 6-month, 2 year, we're going out a bit further. What can Sagittarius who are falling in love, will they still be in love? What's happening at the 6 to 1 year point for Sagittarius? Wow, we have the Ace of Wands now. Gee, I don't know, Sagittarius, this reading is really confusing for me. So it could be that more towards the 6-month, 12-month point of the year that things start to reconcile themselves, that you do actually make a love connection for Sagittarius. You know what, guys? I want to start this reading over because I feel like this is not accurate. I feel like there's something in it. It's not often that I've done that. I think I've done that one other time in the past year with Aries. I'm a Sagittarius, so I don't know if that's driving the reading. I just have to clear out the energy a little bit, guys. Give me a minute. So this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, who are falling in love. Or for those of you who are falling in love with the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We just had the Five of Cups fall out for the overall energy. So I think that there's overall energy for Sagittarius is that they probably are feeling a bit preoccupied with other things in their life, and this might be at the root of things. That they're a bit preoccupied, they're not so focused on love. Even if they're falling in love, they have other worries. They have other things that they're worried about. So let's look at the 3-month point for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. 3-month point. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, 3-month point. Falling in love, or you're falling in love with Sagittarius, what you can expect. We have the Page of Swords now. They have a lot on their plate. They're dealing with a lot of things that are preoccupying them. It's for Sagittarius. At the 6-month point, we have one fly out. We have the King of Pentacles now. There's a type of practicality here. This can also be someone who hails from the earth element, who's saying, hey, I love you, Sagittarius. I want to be with you. I want to help out. I can help you work through your issues that you're having. I feel like it has nothing to do with love. It can be financial. It can be career. Someone wants to help out. So you can see what else is happening for Sagittarius. The 6 month to 1 year point. Sagittarius falling in love. We have the 3 of Cups towards the end of the year. I just feel like Sagittarius has to get other things in their life worked out. Even if they're falling in love, I feel like they're being called back to something bigger or greater, a greater responsibility, something else that they're trying to work out for themselves. It could especially be around money and career issues. So finally for Sagittarius, we're going to pull one of the good tarot. Will Sagittarius finally find love this year? I just want to ask a general question for Sagittarius. Is love there for them this year? We just had this one come out on its own. It's the Ace of Cups. But I feel like it's going to be more towards the end of the year for Sagittarius. Like they have a lot to work out. They still have a lot to do and a lot to accomplish and even a lot to overcome. So the love will be there, but it won't be the center focus for Sagittarius this year. I don't feel like it. I don't see it. I want to pull one more of the good tarot, depending on what it is. If it's Major Arcana, we're going to pull one more because this reading flowed in 2 parts. We just have one come. It's the Major Arcana, the Hierophant. And we said if we get a Major Arcana, we're going to pull one more, so we need to. And we have the 5 of Swords. So Sagittarius, I feel like you have other things that are taking precedence over any relationship. The Sagittarius reading, I have to carry further, guys. I'm really sorry for that. Because I feel like this is flowing into something else yet again. I want to just look at the overall energy for Sagittarius over the next 3 months, guys. We're just going 3 months out for the overall energy for Sagittarius. What's the overall energy for Sagittarius? The overall energy for Sagittarius. Overall energy for Sagittarius over the next 3 months. We're only pulling 2 more cards. We have the 5 of Swords again. Jeez. Overall energy over the next 3 months. For Sagittarius, one more from the good tarot. And then I'm gonna tell you what I see here. Overall energy for the next 3 months for Sagittarius. Overall energy. And we have Major Arcana, the Star. So there is something, I have to look at this, because we have the 5 of Cups and we have the Major Arcana, the Star, for the overall energy. Sagittarius still needs time to get things in order. Some things are looking very positive for them, but it's a matter of how they're moving through the energy. They really have to focus on almost like a catch and release. There's a catch and release element here. I feel like there's a lot of Sagittarius who need to let it out. They need to breathe. They need to breathe. They need to catch air. They need to breathe. They need to let their emotions flow. They need to cry it out in a way. I think Scorpio had this a little bit ago. They need to cry it out. They need to let it out. They need to let it out for the energy to flow. There's like a type of blockage for Sagittarius. But I feel like in their process of like catching energy, processing it, letting it out, letting it go, that they can move more easily in their life in the direction that they desire, that they're looking for, and get closer to achieving. They feel like with this Major Arcana, the Star, and with the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Cups here, they feel like things are blocked from them. But it's not, things are blocked. I feel like the Sagittarius is blocked. This keeps coming up now. I put the Star back in the good tarot. I want to pull one more time for Sagittarius, and then we stop. overall energy for the next 3 months for Sagittarius, we have the Two of Cups. We have the Two of Cups. So love is definitely coming in, but there's still some work for Sagittarius to do. I feel like they have to decide on a person who they're not completely sure about because possibly the person doesn't have everything that they want. They don't want to feel like they're settling. They're going to wonder if they're settling. But I think in the end, especially if it is that King of Pentacles or Earth sign, I feel like it's a good bet for them. Even if they're not feeling the fire that we saw in that Ace of Wands right away in the first exchanges that they're having with this person, or even if this is something to come, that they're pushing back someone who doesn't look in the way that they want them to, or have the financial background. I feel like there's a lot of potential in this person who you might push away, that you don't see at first, and if you give it time, if you give them time, I feel like they're really going to grow on you. And it could be very positive for your future with this Two of Cups. So we're going to go ahead and leave it there for the Sagittarius reading that really threw me for a loop today. So we are going to try this one last time today. I moved to a different location. Yeah, and we're going to see how this goes. So for the overall energy, we have Judgment, Major Arcana Judgment. And I have already come to the conclusion that basically, Sagittarius, whatever you think is going to happen this year in terms of your love life, you should think again. I think it's highly unpredictable, and whatever you expect, you're going to be surprised. It's just things are not going to work out how you thought. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's negative. It just means that things are not going to go how you think or how you fantasize. You're in for a few surprises. I think for the most part, with this being Major Arcana Judgment here, they could be positive. So I'll give you an example. If you're trying to move to a new location, you might move, but not to the location that you expected. Things like this. I also feel like whoever you think you're in love with, you might actually meet somebody else who you also develop feelings for. Things are just not going to go how you think. So for the first 3 months, let's look, see what we have. The first 3 months. Oh my God, we have Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. So again, this is about, I feel like it's about unexpected events. I feel like it goes outside the realm of love and relationships. It can have just something about you having the ability to make a really fresh start. But yeah, for some reason, I feel like there's less of an emphasis on love. Sorry, I have my allergies kicking out, so it's probably the worst place to do a reading. But okay, that's 6 months. We're on 6 months. We have the Four of Swords. I feel like this Four of Swords is like, obviously, it's something about taking a break. We have one just jump, and we have Major Arcana, the Sun. I feel like what I was trying to say is I feel like it's taking a break, but I feel like it's a break from events. I feel like you had a lot going on. I feel like this summer will be extremely busy for Sagittarius, and with the Major Arcana, the Sun here, I feel like extremely positive. So we have Major Arcana Judgment. We have Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Sun. This could also be a vacation. You having the chance, to make a vacation, take a vacation. So finally, love, the overall look of love for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. By the end of the year, what should they expect? We have Major Arcana Temperance. So Sagittarius, I think you really better hold. All I can say is hold on to your hat, because this is going to be this is going to be a crazy year. This is going to be a crazy. It's going to be a crazy year. Hold on, guys. I have to pull one of the good tarot. Oh, one more good tarot for the overall energy. Again, I think this goes along with the first two readings, that there will be a lot that's basically out of your control. Events beyond your control. But I feel like it has less to do with love. Love is probably going to be secondary. So let me pull one last good tarot. We have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups. We're going to leave it there. On the Six of Cups, I think, again, there's going to be some... Okay, so what's the point? If you try to compare the Six of Cups to the cards that came earlier, love is important, but it's not going to be the be-all, end-all for Sagittarius. That's it. Expect the unexpected. Expect surprises. We're going to go ahead and leave it there. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye-bye.